Yes, yes, the sound is good. Thank you. You can go ahead.
Okay. Oh, okay. Good afternoon, everybody. This is a lecture about solar desalination, and my name is Julián Blanco. I'm working at Plataforma Solar, which is a research center of CIEMAT, and the topic that I would like to address within this presentation is the first part of a two lecture development of solar desalination, in which in this first part is going to make a review of the different technologies, individual technologies, in which we think that they make full sense to introduce the solar energy to drive a desalination process. In the second presentation next week, we will address how these technologies could be integrated into solar power plants. So the first topic is just something about fundamentals of desalination. Here you can see one distribution of the different solar desalination processes, depending of the type of energy that we could use, from thermal, mechanic, or even electric, of chemical energy. We have a number of processes different from evaporation, crystallization, filtration, and so on, and specific technologies associated with these processes. In this lecture, in this presentation, we are going to present some of the specific processes which has to do with thermal energy, basically, which is the main item that we can use with solar energy. Specifically, solar distillation, multi-effort distillation, membrane distillation, and some other specific technologies. Some two basic concepts about desalination. One concept is the gain output ratio, and the other is performance ratio. These are the two main concepts that are used to measure energy efficiency on thermal distillation and desalination processes. Both are very similar, but the concept is slightly different. In the case of the GOR, the gain output ratio, this measures the kilogram of distillate that we produce with the desalination processes by every kilogram of steam that is supplied to distillation unit. In the case of the performance ratio, is the kilogram of distillate produced by this case for every 2,326 kilojoules of thermal energy supplied to the distillation unit. This is the energy that it is needed to evaporate 1 kilogram of water at 100 Celsius. So both concepts has the same value at one specific temperature, is 73 Celsius. But if the temperature is higher, then the performance ratio is slightly higher than the GOR. And if we go to lower temperatures, then is the GOR that it is slightly higher than the performance ratio. But in general, the two figures are very similar. Okay. Another concept that I wanted to present, to discuss at this beginning, is what is the worldwide capacity of desalination. At this moment, there are a number of countries. There are just 5 countries: that's Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, United States, Spain, and Kuwait. These 5 countries have more than 50% of the total share of world desalination production. But the plans and projects and the development is going to change significantly this scenario in the coming year. You can see on the right that the Saudi Arabia, for instance, has projects and plans that for the year 2013, the country will have more than 4 million cubic meters per day of desalination water production, and nearly 10 million in the year 2015. Also, similar plans are from other countries like United Arab Emirates, United States, China, Libya, Australia, Kuwait, and many other countries. So the development that it is expected from the desalination technologies and plants in the coming year, it will be really impressive and will multiply by several factors the current desalination production. Here on the upper left, you can see what is the current percentage of the technologies in this country. For instance, in Saudi Arabia, the percentage of membrane capacity expected is 45%. So this means that in Saudi Arabia, this is about 40% of capacity from reverse osmosis and 60% from thermal. Other countries like US and China, this is rely basically on membrane process, I mean reverse osmosis process. Okay, and also other countries like Israel and Algeria, but the figure is completely different in countries like Kuwait and Libya. So the reason why the desalination is becoming a very hot topic is because the conventional technologies about desalination relies on conventional electricity on fossil fuels, but considering this huge amount of increase that is expected in the coming years, the energy become a very important issue. So how we could address this kind of development if we consider the conventional energies could be very problematic, and this is why we are proposing that solar energy is called to be a significant role in all these topics. Here you can see what is the evolution of the two main technologies, the thermal and membrane. Here you can see that now in the cumulative capacity of membrane processes of reverse osmosis is about 20 to 25 million of cubic meters per day. And here in the case of thermal, this is a little lower than that. Here you can see how is this distribution in the year 2008. Reverse osmosis is about 56% of the global worldwide capacity, installed capacity desalination. Thermal distillation is about nearly 40%, and electrodialysis and other techniques at about 7%. Okay, what are these technologies? What are the technologies that we consider more relevant to this? First, we are going to address that we call the low production solar desalination technologies, some kind of technologies that today they are thinking just for isolated or small application, and then we will move to large production technologies. Okay, in the case of the low capacity, the first technology, the most clear technology and old technology, is the solar steel. Solar steel is based on one transparent cover that we have one glass or plastic surface that we collect the solar radiation. We evaporated the salty of solar, of seawater that it is inside due to difference of temperature. The vapor condense over the surface, the glass, and it is collected due to the tilt of the special shape or form of this cover. This is a mechanism that this is very simple. This is the geometry of these boxes also is typically normally very simple and very normal material, and also all the material are normally quite easy to manufacture and to the problem is that we have to withstand the environmental influence, and we have to make this in a very simple way. Here you have another. There are many different configurations to this kind of devices. The advantage that I said is that they're very simple design. The investment also could be quite affordable. It's a very proven technology, but the inconvenience is that they have a low efficiency, and they have a high grind, a lot of ground to install this system, and they have a very limited capacity. It's about 100 liters per day of units. According to one report that it is from the United States in the 70s, we can understand that the average production of this device is in the range of, in this device we have 3.26 liter per cubic meter, per square meter of collector area and day. We can understand that it is from 3 to 5. So this is basically a little more than 1 cubic meter per year and per square meter of collector that this technology can deliver. The first patent of this technology was in the last 2 centuries ago, in the 1870 by Wheeler and Evans, by the Merz patent, and the first application, this was also the first even application, commercial application of solar technology, was by one Swedish engineer, Carl Wilson, in one mining activity in the north of Chile, in Las Salinas, who constructed this the system that you can see in the picture to make possible. This was more than 4,000 square meters of surface, and produces more than 20. This is normally about 22.7 cubic meters per day, and this unit, this system, make possible the operation of one mining activity in one isolated remote area. These devices is said that operate for nearly 40 years with very simple materials. As I said, the efficiency is very low because we are using the latent heat that is of the evaporation of the water. There is several specific devices to make better use of this latent heat with multi-effect configuration, but even with this system, the performance is quite relatively low. So the daily production, as I said, is not bigger than 3 to 5 liters per square meter a day. The cost is in the literature, it said that it could be in the range of 0.8 to little more than $1 per cubic meter, but okay, that is this highly inefficient system from the thermal point of view. The thermal inefficiency of this system can be reduced if we separate the function in different contexts, in different units. And this is why we move to another technique, that is the dehumidification desalination. Here we basically we profit from the capacity that have the air to carry water, and depending of the temperature. I mean, for instance, 1 kilogram of dry air can absorb about 0.26 kilograms of water if the temperature increases just from 30 to 80 Celsius. So this is a significant amount of water that if we can able to condense, so we can just make distillation of water. There are basically different systems of desalination with dehumidification processes. One in this that we heat is the air, is the one that you can see on the left. In this way we have the seawater that we preheat, just condensing, thus cooling the air, and this is we can extract part of the water, that is the product. This water that has been preheated then is pulverized over the air, and then we increase the water content of the air. This water content is enhanced because previously we have heat the air, so then I said before, as higher the temperature of the air, higher the possibility to absorb and contain water. The other possibility is to use the solar energy to heat the water instead of the air. Here in this case the process is just the same, but then that we heat is the water, so then we pulverize, we make a pulverization of the water over the air at much higher temperature, and then the process is basically the same. The main difference is that the air heating system typically have higher energy consumption, because this thermal energy can be more easily recovered and from the water than from the air. Okay. When we introduce solar energy, the typical configuration is the one that you can see here. We have a thermal collector field, and we used to have some thermal storage, heat storage, just to provide, to feed the humidification system, which basically consists on two units, the condenser and the evaporator. Okay. As I said, the natural air convection is normally preferred because it has been demonstrated that the air flow rate has very little effect on the productivity of the unit. So then, instead of to spend additional electricity just to have a blower to force the air, we can design system in which the air has natural convection. Water flow rate, this is an important performance, and also has been demonstrated that the thermal storage and 24-hour operation is very good to significantly improve the whole productivity of this system. From the experimental point of view, the GOR of this unit has been checked that is in the range between 3 and 4.5. There has been a number of pilot plants that in which, like the one that you can see in the picture, courtesy of Tinox, a company from Germany. A number of installations has been installed in Canary Island and other places in the Mediterranean and North Africa, and with a number of years without many major problem of reparation or maintenance. At the laboratory level, one case in Germany, it has been achieved a GOR higher than 8. Okay. The typical production of these units is from 10 to 20 liters per square meter of solar collector per day. Okay. If we introduce thermal storage and just to 24-hour operation, this production could increase up to 30 liters per square meter of solar collector. Okay, another technology, similar technology, is membrane distillation. Here this is a completely different process in which, in this case, we are using a specific membrane. This is a hydrophilic membrane, which has the particularity that it's possible that the vapor, the gas, pass the membrane but not the liquid. This is the case of typical material. It's called the transpirable material like Gore-Tex and others. So the idea here is just to play with the vapor pressure of the water, as this vapor process, when we pass the water just by the membrane, part of this vapor pass the membrane, and then that we made is immediately we condense just with one cool surface on the other side. So if we condense this, the water has to restore the natural equilibrium, so they have to evaporate part of the water. So as higher the temperature, higher is this equilibrium, and then the better the system performs. So the idea is to you can see here, there is a number of different configuration of this technique. We have one. This is the condenser canal, and this is the evaporator canal. They have the feeding water. This is from the sea. This is about 20 Celsius. Is increasing the temperature just by recovering the heat from the condensing. The condensing is taking part in the middle of the system. This is in this intermediate channel, and then at the end we increase the temperature by providing additional energy from the external source. In this case is the sun, and then this hot water, this is passed throughout the membrane. Part of the vapor of the equilibrium from the liquid is passing this membrane, and then we condense. This is a very the idea is very interesting. There is a number of commercial or pre-commercial systems, but this technology, you can say that this is not is still on the research level. There is very little technological development up to now. There has been a number of companies from US, from Sweden, from Germany, from Belgium, that is developing this kind of technology, but and some of them claim that they have commercial product, but up to now, I can see that from my perspective is that this technology is just in the pre-commercials level. This is one of the product. This is from one company, one is German company, it's a spin-off of the Fraunhofer Institute, has developed an spiral system similar to the membrane reverse osmosis system, in which we can distillate production by this unit of 10 to 30 liters per hour, considering the feed flow of about 80 Celsius. And the advantage of this is that we have a very wide range of temperature. We don't need one specific temperature, but the system works at any temperature. The question is that as higher the temperature, better the performance. Also, there is another advantage, like we don't need basically very little pretreatment. The quality of the distillate is very high, and we can have very modular system, like reverse osmosis, just putting in parallel a number of these devices. Summarizing the advantage, because this technology, I'd say this is just in the very preliminary stage of development, but it has a very significant possibilities of improvement of application with solar energy. The advantage is that the operating pressure is in the range of 60 to 80 Celsius, which is a temperature that are very easy to achieve with solar energy. Also, any other kind of alternative source is possible. Almost no pretreatment is necessary. In this case, we have just like this membrane are very resistant and very like the case of reverse osmosis. Also, this makes possible that the intermittent operation is possible. There is no danger to this membrane if there is any kind of failure, we stop the supply. Theoretically, we have a 100% salvage rejection. We doesn't need any operating pressure. We doesn't need any power consumption for power the water. Just pass the water through the membrane. Also, typically this membrane normally is tested again following and scaling. So from the operating point of view, is quite convenient. They need much less space and equipment around than the conventional other solar thermal processes. So this is just for the investment when we have a product sufficiently developed. And this is also that this efficiency, the city efficiency and the product water quality, and also independent from the salinity of the feed water. So I said this is a very interesting technology, but still there is not a reliable product that been to the market. But this characteristic, this advantage made it especially well to be coupled with solar energy, because the characteristic of this working possibilities met very well with solar energy performance and so on. What is the disadvantage? His main disadvantage is that the system technology has very high thermal consumption. They are inefficient, so we need a very large very large solar collector area. The system, the technology that are developed has not sufficient energy recovery. So this is This is why we need they need a very lack of energy. Also, another problem that there is a lack of specific development of membrane specifically designed for this process, this membrane distillation process. So the current unit, the current system are designed for microfiltration, are designed for other application rather than desalination. And also we have, depending of the different materials and configuration, we have the possible weighting. I mean the water pass also the membrane, so this is produce a lower quality of the distillate. Okay, now we are going to move to other technologies considering the much bigger capacity, and here basically this is the multi-effect distillation. There has been a number of experiences around the world in the last years. This is taken from one reference from one publication in Desalination a few years ago. Here you can see the number of experimental solar distillation facilities that have been installed and tested around the world. Most of them are considering the multi-flash or multi-effect distillation. In the case of basically this thermal distillation, we are dealing with one process in which we have basically one evaporator. We provide one external hot fluid that we provide the external energy. This energy, this is produce the evaporation of part of the water. This vapor is condensed, preheating the feed water, and then we have the distillate, the brine, and the reacted water. When we make this in this way, when that's one unit, we have a performance ratio of about 1. When we make this in multi-stage, this is then we goes to the multi-effect distillation. Why multi-effect? Multi-effect is we see that this is the best today, the best technology to couple with solar energy, because make the comparison between multi-effect distillation and multi-flash. Multi-effect is much more energy efficiency. I mean the efficiency that the energy, the thermal energy needed by the multi-effect is much lower than multi-flash. Multi-flash technology typically has developed quite significantly because they permit very large production units, different to multi-effect until just very recently. But this problem, it can be considered that this is already solved. We can have today large multi-effect distillation plant, and also this clearly from the thermodynamic point of view, this higher efficiency make clearly the best option to this. Here you can see a picture of a multi-effect plant that today doesn't exist. It was in a number of years ago. It was a 18-effect multi-effect distillation plant which produced about 120 cubic meters per day and used evacuated collector. They was connected to about 1,800 square meters of this evacuated to collector, and with a thermal storage of about 300 cubic meters of water. The performance ratio of this plant was 12.4. Okay. In the center that I'm working, Plataforma Solar in Spain, we started a number of years ago to developing this kind of concept of multi-effect distillation coupled with solar energy. We installed basically one multi-effect distillation plant with 14 effects, and was coupled to a solar parabolic trough field and a thermal storage tank with thermal oil. This unit, both the parabolic trough and the thermal oil storage tank, working with synthetic oil, Santo 1355 at heat transfer medium, and this tank provide the energy that was needed to the plant. Here you can see a picture of this. This is, you can see the view of the parabolic trough. Was a 2,600 square meter of parabolic trough collector. This is solar collector field. Is still in operation. Today is the oldest solar parabolic trough field in the world, with about 30 years of operation. And this field could provide about 6.5 thermal megawatt of per hour of thermal energy, which gas stored in the tank. Considering the 24-hour operation of the MED plant, we need about 5 megawatts, thermal megawatts hour of energy to make possible to guarantee the 24 hours operation of the plant. The plant was the one that you can see here was a vertical stacked multi-effect 14 effects with a production of about 3 cubic meters per hour, so we are talking about 72 cubic meters per day, and the temperature of the first effect was maximum 70 Celsius, and at the condenser 35 Celsius. Total input of seawater is about 20 cubic meters per hour, of which 12 were used to the condensing of the last effect, and 8 is the feed water that was pulverized, put into the first effect. From this 8 cubic meters, 5 is the final brine production, and 3 the distillate production. Okay, this is the configuration of the system that we have at initially at the beginning. This is you can see the parabolic trough field, the thermal storage tank, and this we have from this thermal storage with a pump we pump the oil to a low pressure boiler, which will produce steam. This steam was the one that was used to feed the first cell of the plant. Okay, considering this configuration, this is just the parabolic trough field, the oil tank, and the performance ratio that we achieved was from 9.4 to 10.4. We later introduced vacuum thermocompressors. We just to make a thermocompressor multi-effect distillation, and then the performance ratio increased, in this case also with solar energy, from 12 to 14. Here, to drive the thermocompressor, then we need to use the system from the electricity generation system. We make one extraction of one turbine, and then we feed with about steam from about 16 to 20 bars to drive to feed the thermocompressors. Okay, this was in the past. I'm going to discuss now the latest configuration that we have at this plant. After a number of development during the last year, we installed a system that we call the AQUASOL system. This is based on the MED plant, the same MED plant, the 14 effects. We install a flat plate type collector. This is CPC, compound parabolic concentrator, but this is like a flat plate to produce the energy, because we think that okay, we need energy just up 60 or 70 Celsius maximum. We can produce this energy with CPC. We have thermal storage system, in this case is water, and absorption pump that I will discuss later on. This system has 3 different operational modes. There is one mode in which we have solar only mode. I mean, all the energy that needs the system came from the sun. We have a fossil only mode. I mean, in this case with a gas. In this case, this gas system provide the energy to the double effect absorption heat pump, and one hybrid mode in which the energy came from the both system. So we have one operational mode is the solar. The first is the solar mode. The solar collector, we are taking the solar energy. We heat water. This water is stored into tank. We got the primary of the hot tank and the cold tank, and then when we have the water here at temperatures about 80 Celsius, we can just use this heat water to drive the MED plant. I have to say that we are using here liquid water and not steam like normally in most of the multi-effect system plant. to make this, we modify the first cell, the first heat exchanger of the cell, just to make possible that we with the water, just to supply the energy. Another possibility is that we can have the gas boiler. In this case, we use propane, and then we produce steam 180 Celsius. This is the temperature that is needed by the double effect absorption heat pump, and then we produce the energy that need the MED plant. With this configuration, we have the advantage that we can recover all the energy from the last effect. So then we significantly improve the energy performance of the plant. We will go back later to this topic. And then we have the hybrid mode, in which we can just make the combination of both systems. So the idea here basically is to have a system in which during the day we can operate with solar energy. When in the afternoon the sun is going down, the temperature in the tanks is going down. So then we could start the gas boiler, and then to drive the multi-effect distillation plant, and then to provide the energy, part of the energy, to the MED plant. At certain moment, when the temperature of the provided by of the water from the solar field is lower than the operational one, we stop, we shut down the solar collector, and then we just feed from the energetically talking, feed the MED plant just with the gas boiler. At the next morning, when the sun start again, the temperature from the solar collector start to rise at a certain level. We could just reduce progressively the contribution from the gas system, and then to introduce from the solar until completely stop the absorption pump. So if depending how we make the design of the system, we could have a system that could, yearly considering, the 80% of the energy could come from the sun, if we have the sufficient higher the size of the solar field and the thermal storage, or just 10%. Okay, this is the solar collector field. In this case, this is just about 500 square meters of solar collector. This is just this 500 square collector produce nominal about 250 kilowatts, consider 50% of efficiency. As the MED plant consume about 150, this means that another about 100 of kilowatts are moved as storage to the thermal storage system. These are the thermal storage system. This is quite small. This is 12 cubic meter capacity, just about maximum 30 minutes of capacity. Just to this was designed just to make possible the transition from the solar mode to the gas mode, to the absorption heat pump mode. So, what is the sense and the reason of this heat pump? Okay, if we consider the global energy balance of the MED plant, we have that we provide about 150 kilowatts at the first cell, and then this 150 kilowatts at the end. 70 kilowatts are in the products, I mean in the distillation and brine products. 2 kilowatts are about the general losses, thermal losses of all the system. Here you can see a picture of this vertical MED plant, and the higher losses, 78 kilowatts, are from the cooling of the last effect, of the vapor, the steam of the last effect. We are condensing at each effect. We are condensing part of the produces steam with the preheating the feed water, but normally obviously the water has not sufficient amount to cool all the steam. So at the end we have a significant number of steam we have to condensate just to produce and this is why we have this amount of energy that we lost in the last effect. So the idea of this to introduce a double effect absorption heat pump is to try to recover this energy okay, to recover this energy, and then we can make this, we reduce by half or even a little more than that the net energy that need the plant. Okay, the problem is that to make this possible, we need to provide additional energy at about 180 Celsius. So this cannot be done by this static collector, flat plate collector. So this is why we need or either another type of technology, or in this case that this is the conventional gas system. Here is you can see a picture of this the latest development of this concept. This is, I have to say that this machine is really unique in the world. We developed two different units of this machine. One of them was in the 90s, which we demonstrated the concept, but the configuration has some specific problem, which was solved with this second one, which was installed in the year 2004, and basically the performance of this pump is that we supplied about 72 kilowatts, about 180 with the gas. We are able to recover 78 kilowatts at 35 Celsius from the MED plant, from the last effect, and then supply the 150 kilowatt that needs the MED plant. So this means that the net input is the 72 kilowatt from the gas system. Here you can see the thermodynamic scheme of this pump is lithium bromide water thermodynamic cycle. We have two generators and one condenser and one evaporator, one absorber. As I said, the net input is provided in the generator 2 is the 72 kilowatt of gas, and in the evaporator is the one that we are providing the another input. This is the 78 kilowatts from the low pressure steam from the last effect of the MED plant. What are the experimental results with this configuration? Here you can see this is a view of for nearly 2 days operational of the system. Here you can see this. All the different parameters of the system. Now first we are going to see this view in which we have this is during the day, we have the solar operational, and the absorption pump is completely stopped. Okay, in the first day, you can see here in the during this part, the heat pump was not stopped, but it just was working at a small percentage. This is the energy that was provided to the MED, and in red you can see the solar input. So in this case, we are during the day, and here on the bottom. Here you can see the distillate production along the was between 2.5 and 3 cubic meters per hour. Okay, during this day, the considering solar only mode, the specific thermal consumption of the plant was 64.17 kilowatt hour per cubic meter, which means that we have a performance ratio of about 10. Okay. This is that here on the top we have the power consumption of the MED, the average value of kilowatt hour. I mean the nominal, about 180 kilowatt of total consumption. If we make the analysis now during the night, I mean this is the operational of the. Let's. Okay, this is the absorption heat pump working with gas. Then the value that we have is that the specific thermal consumption that we have in the MED plant was 29.34 kilowatt hour per cubic meter. So this means that we have a performance ratio of about 22 0.05. So this is that's as I know, this is the highest value never achieved in an MAD plant. Okay, if we consider what could be the average value in this same performance without considering the recovery of the heat from the last effect, the equivalent without the depth would be 10.47. So we are more than doubling the performance of the plant with the introduction of this absorption pump. If we are working in a hybrid mode in which we have contribution either from the solar field and the gas, the performance ratio will be in the middle of these two limits, 22 and 10. Okay. Now, finally, I would like to address some case study. I mean, how we could make how could be if we, let's say, if we would like to make a calculation and design how a solar plant could be like considering the multi-effect distillation system, how will be the process and how will be the figures. Okay, let's make just very briefly, considering that we are going to design an thermocompression multi-effect distillation plant. I mean, to work with thermocompressor, which is typically are the conventional way that to make this, and considering the unit capacity of one MED of about 14,400 cubic meters per day. And we are going to consider 4 of this unit, so we are going to let's say a plant of about 55,000 cubic meters per day. We are considering that we wanted that the annual availability of this plant will be about 95%. So this does mean that the yearly production of this plant will have about nearly 20 million of cubic meters of desalted water. The gore of this plant, typically of considering the thermocompressor, we are designing that we consider taking from the one existing system, 11.3, and we are going to consider that the MED will have about 11 effects of the multi-effect. And the heat supply, we are going to feed with superheated steam, about 330 Celsius, and 4.56 bar, just to the thermocompressors. So the idea is to design a solar system to provide this steam. Okay, so we made in this case we have the calculation in one specific location. This is one Spanish site in the south of Spain that we select, and from the existing atlas and possibility, we take the sun, the solar location along the different days of the year, and in this specific location the annual direct the DNA, the direct normal irradiation, is 1,919 kilowatt hour per square meter a year. So with this figure, okay, we have to first make the calculation. I mean, if we wanted to supply a steam at 4.56 bar and 330 Celsius, this means that the enthalpy of this steam is this one, 3,127.56 kilojoules per kilogram. The first the temperature of the first cell will be 70 Celsius, so that means that the saturated the water at this temperature will have this enthalpy 293 kilojoules per kilogram. So if we said that the plant we decide has the GOR 11.3 and the unit capacity is 4,000 cubic meters, that means that the energy that we have to provide to the MED will be given by the enthalpy of the inlet. I mean, this enthalpy minus the enthalpy of the outlet divided by the GOR and multiplied by the capacity of the plant. This is that. So this means that for each unit we have to provide about 41.81 megawatts of thermal energy. So if we have 4 units, the total energy to provide will be about 167 megawatt of energy. What more we have to consider to this plant? So we have to, in addition to this is, we are talking about thermal energy. So in addition to that, we have to consider the electricity consumption that we can consider. That this is, I mean, just to move the different pumps and just to make the vacuum and so. Typically, we could consider that this is about 1.2 kilowatt hour per cubic meter of distillate production, and also the typical chemical pretreatment of this kind of plant. That this is anti-foam, anti-scaling, and ACIS. Okay. So we are going to consider typically parabolic trough field, the Eurotrough type collector. So we could consider that typically we are going to this collector will work with oil. The inlet oil will be about 250 Celsius. The outlet oil will be about 350. I remember we wanted to produce a steam at about 330 Celsius. So consider the geographical latitude of we have the plant. We select one incident angle of the descent point, and then considering the normal irradiance that we could have at the designated point, the specific day of the year, and the ambient temperature, we can enter one specific software utilities, and then with this data we can obtain what is the number of solar collector, what is the size of the solar field, and the configuration. So in this case, this is data input to the system. We cannot obtain that we need a configuration of 3 collectors per row. Each collector has 150 meters long. We need about 171 rows. So that means that we need a total aperture that we will need to have this plan of availability is about 280,000 square meter of solar collector. This will be the configuration. We will have the solar collectors of about 280,000 square meter. This is heat oil about 350. Okay. Then we have to include one auxiliary boiler just in case that we will need some kind of help, and then we will produce this with we will have superheater and evaporator. We produce the steam to feed the thermal compressor, and then to drive the MED plant. Okay. This could be the configuration, but just to go to the end. Okay, the most logical way is not to make this in isolated way, but to introduce all this concept in a full solar power plants, in which we have the solar collector field, the thermal storage, the thermal storage, the different superheater and heater to go to the turbine, and then to use the steam from the turbine to drive the MED plant. Okay. But this will be the topic of the next conference, the next week. And now, just the only that I keep for me, just to thank you, all of you, for your attention, and just to be open to any question that you can or comment that you wanted to make.
Okay, thank you very much, Julian, for this presentation. Very interesting. So now maybe we can have some time for questions. So let's go for this. Let me now. You can send your questions through the Q&A window, and in the meanwhile, we will try to select some of them. So.
Oh.
One moment.
Are you going to select the question of?
I will be doing. So one question about membranes, if they are easily cleaned and used for a long time. Thank you.
Mhm.
You can go ahead, Julian.
I suppose that you are talking about the membrane distillation, and uh, I mean the experience for now is that they are very easily to clean, and um, but the main problem is that I said before, the 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 existing technology up to now are very preliminary. I mean, there is not experience of long time use, because most of them has up to now making a research level, and just some experimental system. It's true that it has been in the this experimental has been even during several years without many major problem, but I mean I think that they still, I mean there is a significant potential for improvement in the efficiency. Basically, the main problem now is how to make it cheaper. This is, I think, it could be very easy, but how to achieve higher performance in the production, and also to recover the energy, because this is critical. The solar energy is not free, and all the system that has been developed up to now, or most of the system, has been made just thinking about the waste heat that has not value, but there is a significant amount of potential to improve. About the pollution, I mean the experience up to now, they are not polluted, and they can clean very easily, but still, I mean real tests are still needed just to check these topics.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's go for another question. How much does solar power add to the cost of desalination plant as the initial upfront cost? And how long does it take to recover the cost in fossil energy savings? Thank
Yeah,
you.
of course, this is we have there is a significant number of studies about that. Uh, of course, I mean the investment is really much higher than the case, because you have to install a full solar field, and the solar field needs this is a lot of hardware, and this is of course a lot of initial investment. Uh, I mean the cost, I cannot say if we can just nearly give a figure about how is increased. Our assessment is that the the recovering of the energy of the investment, uh, you have to go for amortization periods of allows at least 20 years. 20 years is typically the way that the solar investment are considered, and considering that you have a lifetime of these kind of devices in solar technologies, perfectly about you can consider 30 to 40 years. So that means that you could have a payback during about 10 to 20 years. It is very difficult to give a figure about how much could be the investment, because it depends on the technology. It depends if you are considering parabolic trough. It depends if you are considering flat plate collector. It depends of the configuration, because next week I will show you that dependent of how the MED will be integrating in the power block, the global efficiency is significantly modified. So I see that the best, the more reasonable way is not to install, I mean, plants just to solar field to drive MED, but to use the solar power plants in which you have already installed the solar field, and then the investment is in the additional cost of installing the MED is substantially reduced, and then it make full sense just to make this coupling. Okay. I don't know if I fully answered the question, but okay, I prefer just to address this maybe next week, just because it would be much sense that this. Okay, the
Okay,
MEC
great.
technology, to start, of course, needs a lot of time. I mean, and obviously, as bigger the plant, as more time they need. This means that yeah, this is a critical factor, that the MED plant cannot be stopped. I mean, you have to work with an MED plant 24 hours a day without basically no alternative. This make especially this is a challenge with the when we think to integrate into solar power plants, because a solar plant typically is designed to be stopped at night. Even you have thermal storage, it could work a number of hours, but you stop and you start again at the next morning. But the MED plant should continue during all the night. So that means that you have to introduce a special configuration of a special operational modes just to keep this in operation, because basically the main item that make this possible is the vacuum. You have to create the internal vacuum into the MED, because you are evaporating at temperature lower than 100 Celsius. So this is you need the specific level of vacuum, and you have to at least to keep this vacuum. So this is the one of the from the research point of view, one of the challenges is how to keep this working, either using the thermal storage or with other configuration during the night, the MED. But the MED cannot be stopped because it takes a lot of time to restart again. No, I don't know what is this plan of La Paz in Mexico. I don't know if this is from renewable energy or solar energy, and also I have no information about what kind of technology is. Okay, it's said that theoretically it's about maybe 18. This is the one that I show you from Abu Dhabi in one of the picture. Theoretically, I mean, it's given for thermodynamics. The maximum temperature from MED is 70 Celsius, and 70 is not by casual. 70 is because we wanted to avoid the deposition of specific salts of the water. So if we consider that up to 70 Celsius we have a number of salts that when are deposited, the scaling is highly problematic, then we significantly reduce the pretreatment that it is needed at the MED. So the MED, the upper limit is 70 Celsius, just to avoid this scaling and just to reduce significantly the pretreatment. And from the lower side, the temperature is given by the ambient temperature that you have, and this is, we consider it could be maximum 35. So you have a number of considering 2-3 Celsius by stage. This is giving the limit that it could be in the range maximum 15 to 18. But I mean, from practical, I mean, considering practical application, 8 to 10 could be the reasonable, maybe 11 maximum, because I mean to increase the number of stage effects, you are increasing the investment. So there is a balance there between the investment and the efficiency. About salt pollution MED plant, I mean, what do you mean the salt pollution? I don't understand this question. I mean, any
I think yes, Julian. I think that it refers to how to manage the salty part that you have to reject. But this is a general problem due
yeah,
to desalination, not to met technology. Thank you.
yeah, okay. In this case, is the same to any desalination plant. I mean, in this case, in our center, we sell the solution is very simple, because we mix again the distillate and the brine to restart again the process, because we are a research center and we have not any reaction of the brine of the.
Okay, thank you very much. So, well, here we adjourn. Thank you very much, Julian, for this interesting session today, and thank you everybody to attend the meeting.
Okay.
So, see you next Thursday for the second session on solar desalination,
Okay.
and have a nice week. Julian, I let you close the session.
Thank you very much to all of you. I hope that it will be interesting. And okay, if anyone wanted to directly contact me, you can find very easily my email in the web. Just looking into any searcher unit, and then I could try to answer within my best. Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everybody.